facts you didn't know about Field of Dreams. When Kevin Costner and James Earl Jones ventured to Fenway Park to catch a game, thousands of extras were cast to make it look as realistic as possible. Among those were a young Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Neither had achieved the level of fame that they have today, and it's nearly impossible to pick out just where they are on the scene. Damon has gone on record to say they basically took this gig as a free trip to Fenway Park, and they even got to meet Kevin Costner during filming. The final scene of the movie, which portrays a line of cars going on for miles, was real. Nearly 1,500 citizens of Dyersville lined up to partake in the movie's final shot, and police blocked off nearly 6 miles of traffic on surrounding streets to make it look as authentic as possible. The corn in the outfield grew at such a rapid rate that it eventually became taller than Kevin Costner. In scenes where he's walking through the corn, boxes were placed on the ground for Costner to walk on top of so that he could remain visible. Like and follow for more cool baseball stories like this.
Wow. Wow. Feels perfect. Every bit of it. This is perfect.
Hi, I'm Dave. This is my journal. Today's entry, if you build it, they will come. A little over 20 years ago, I was completing my final year at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. In my last semester, I teamed up with 2 other seniors to launch a new student organization focused on leadership development. All 3 of us had significant campus leadership experience, and we wanted to create something that would be a catalyst for future students. Since we'd had success in other capacities, we were able to get a bit of marketing behind our new idea. On the week of our first event, an article ran about our new organization on the front page of the student newspaper, an achievement in itself at a university of over 30,000 students. We even had the perfect name, iLead, an acronym for Illinois Leadership, Education, and Development. David Ogilvy once said, "Great marketing only makes a bad product fail faster." And boy, did we fail fast. Almost nobody showed up for the launch meeting. Those that did seemed a bit skeptical, partially because they didn't know us, but mostly because we didn't articulate a clear path forward. We had relied almost entirely on the newspaper article to market the event, instead of reaching out to engage people personally. It also wasn't really clear to us where we were going with things after the first event, so it obviously wasn't clear to anybody else. We were a flash in the pan. The organization ended even faster than it started. In retrospect, we made a critical error that many people make when beginning something new. We were more captivated by the idea of starting than in doing the real work. In 1989, Kevin Costner starred in the fabulous movie called Field of Dreams. This dramatic sports fantasy ends with a row of cars approaching the new business built by the main character. It became a cultural image that transformed how many of us view starting something new. The cultural mantra that was coined at the time and still continues today is this: if you build it, they will come. But it's a lie. First, because it's almost never true, and second, because it's not even the actual phrase from Field of Dreams. The quote that's repeated in the movie is this: if you build it, he will come. As in one person who does indeed show up at the end of the story. This is a perfect example of how we hear what we wish was true. It's literally been 30 years since the movie opened, and I only discovered today in researching this entry that I've had the quote wrong this whole time. I suspect that's because we'd much rather believe in a world where if we would just have the courage to take the first step, everything else will fall neatly into place. If we'll just start the business, the financials will all work out. If we'll just launch the online form, people will show up and start contributing. If we'll just get married, we'll live happily ever after. Thankfully, I can gladly admit today, it doesn't work that way. If you build it, he or she may come, but if you want they to come, and more importantly, to stay, the real work comes well after the start. Discover more at coachingforleaders.com.
If you build it, he will come is never what it was.
If you build it, he will come.
Hey, Annie! Annie, what was that?
What was what?
That voice just now, what was it?
We didn't hear anything.
All right.
If you build it, he will come.
Okay, you must have heard that.
Sorry. Hey, come on in to dinner. Let's go, Pumpkin.
If you build it, he will come.
All right, that's it. Huh? Who are you, huh? What do you want from me?
If you build it, he will come. Build it. Build it. He will come.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen from Major League Baseball. They're playing in Iowa today. They build the field from Field of Dreams. And Kevin Costner coming out of the field. Such a good touch. This is something baseball has done right. Look at the fans there. The first time baseball has ever been played for Major League Baseball in Iowa. And look at them coming out of the fields. Oh, what an entrance. I love this shit. I might cry.
And good day to you from Orange County, California.